Here in the United States of America, religious liberty is under attack. And to be more specific, we could say that the Catholic Church in the United States is being persecuted in an unprecedented way. There's a temptation on the part of many to believe that the primary reason we find ourselves as Catholics in this regrettable position is because we made the grave mistake of electing to office people who do not value the Catholic Church, her doctrines, her ministries, and her contribution to society. And that is, of course, part of the problem, but there's a more fundamental issue at play here. And that is namely this: we have forgotten who those who exercise civil authority work for. Ask the average voter walking out of a polling place in November who the President of the United States and the members of Congress work for, and the best answer you're going to receive, even from a Catholic, is, oh, they work for the American people. They work for us. Now that's a fine theory, and it's a great answer as far as civics is concerned, but there's a much better answer. They really work for Christ the King. We don't talk about Christ the King very much anymore, do we? Oh yeah, sure, we have a feast day in his honor every November. It's the last Sunday before Advent each year, but let's be honest, most Catholics think of this title, Christ the King, as an honorific that we, the faithful, bestowed upon the Lord. A term of endearment born of Christian piety, but nothing could be further from the truth. What did the risen Lord say? He said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." I got news for you. That all-encompassing authority has never been ours to give. No, it was given to the Lord by his Father because of his merits. Jesus Christ earned that kingly authority by his passion, death, and resurrection. And so when we speak of Christ the King, we are proclaiming the profoundly important objective reality that the Lord our God is sovereign and ruler, not just of spiritual things in the heavenly realm, but of temporal things right here on earth as well. And that is what moves the church to speak of the social kingship of Jesus Christ. At least the church used to be so moved. When is the last time you heard a priest or a bishop expound upon the social kingship of Jesus Christ? If you're like me, that answer is never. And why is that? Is it because the Lord no longer reigns over society and all of its constituent parts? Is that it? No, of course not. The social kingship of Christ is an enduring reality whether our priests, our bishops, you or I, or anyone else is talking about it. No, the reason we don't hear about such things very much anymore is because the Second Vatican Council cast the template that in very large measure dictates the way in which the Church addresses the world. This council produced a total of 16 documents comprised of nearly 200,000 words. And do you know how many times Christ the King is mentioned by name? Just once. And then it's only in passing in a way that has nothing to do with his sovereignty. Now this is absolutely breathtaking if you think about it. For the past 40 years, the bishops of the Catholic Church, including the bishops of Rome, have adopted the vocabulary of Vatican II almost exclusively in the way in which they address not just the world, but the civil authorities in the world. And the sovereign rights of Christ the King are all but ignored.